This morning, I was asked to frame the conference. And one of the things that Palmetto GBA has always held firmly to is the concept of being a partner in excellence. As a matter of fact, we have a service mark around that concept, a partner in excellence. And as Ed pointed out, the Organizational Process Improvement Coaching Project came from thinking about how do we reframe this problem of improper payment? If we keep doing the same thing over and over again, we're not going to get any better. So we coordinated along with providers, with process engineers, and with physician practices in our J11 and soon-to-be JM jurisdiction. Let me just outline the problem really quickly. Along or over the last several years, this is the trend in terms of the improper payment or the magnitude of improper payment. It's gone up. This despite many policy changes at the national level, a lot of effort at the operational level of organizations, and a lot of educational activities that we've held and other contractors have held throughout the country. So we said, you know, let's frame this and let's put, you know, we'll use the national data to drive this and describe it. So the next slide will demonstrate that the 2014 era estimate was $45 billion for Medicare improper payment. And that took into account both overpayments and underpayments. In reality, the stuff you hear about on the news is the overpayments. And the overpayments were 11.8% or $42 billion estimated. So when we look at what component of that is home health, you see on this pie chart that 9.4 billion of that 42 billion was attributed to home health services. And of that 9.4 billion, in the blue you hear, this is the proportion that's attributable to insufficient documentation, 90% to insufficient documentation. So how do we together, collaboratively, decrease that proportion and do it in a way that is sustainable, do it in a way that organizations can maintain? And that's where we began looking at, well, what are some of the barriers that we can identify at our level? And one of them was the confined to the home and need for skilled services. We understood, you know, before this project, we understood that there was some variation in the way that physicians thought about this. After the project, we learned a lot more about that, and we'll share that with you today. And what we wanted to do was say in anticipation of what we know is coming in October, right? You've all heard about the Probe and Educate reviews that are coming in October. Starting October 1st, CMS is going to task the contractors to look at records and evaluate them for compliance with the home health requirements. And so what we wanted to do is say, well, how can we effectively prepare for that? And I just wanted to also mention that along with the recent changes came the change that physician certification, the physicians that are certifying the home health services, if the home health service is non-covered, CMS has said that the physician certification and recertification services will be non-covered. So that's the approach that's being used up until this point. What we're going to describe to you today is a novel approach that's collaborative, that's sustainable, and that should be repeatable. And we'll have plenty of time to discuss that along the way.